What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back with another blowing up rebuild. You guys seem to enjoy these a lot, so today we're doing it with the Utah Jazz. They've officially fallen back to earth. They are victims of losing 5 straight lately, so today we're going to be doing a blowing up Utah Jazz rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like at this one. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We are on the road to 30,000 subs. It's not even December yet, and we're halfway there, so I think we're going to hit our goal. I didn't know if we were going to hit it beforehand, but it looks like we're going to, so thank you guys so much for that. But definitely keep up the support. But yeah, the Utah Jazz, man, I think a lot of us figured it was going to stick around of what they were doing, but yeah, they've fallen back to earth a little bit. They lost 5 straight lately, and we've blown them up. So as you guys know, the way this works is I made all the trades beforehand, so you're looking at a brand new roster, and we're building off of that. So these are the trades that I did. You may agree or disagree with them, and that's totally fine. There's no way as NBA fans we can 100% agree on any kind of trades. You're going to value someone higher than I do, or I value someone higher than you do. It's just the reality of the situation. And then obviously we don't know anything, because sometimes we see players go for a crazy amount that we never expect. Like, who would have thought Rudy Gobert would have went for as much as he did? So sometimes we don't know nothing. But regardless, these are the trades that I did. Started with Lauri Markkanen to the Dallas Mavericks. I did a Mavericks rebuild where I traded for Lauri Markkanen, and I still think it makes a lot of sense. So we trade Lauri Markkanen over to the Mavericks for Bertans at first, and we get Jaden Hardy out of the trade. So we're going to try to do something with Jaden Hardy in this video if we can. We send Mike Conley over to the Wizards for 2 second-round picks. I don't know what Mike Conley's trade value even is at this point, but the Wizards are a team that are actually doing kind of decent. Kuzma and Porzingis have been really good. So adding a guy like Mike Conley could maybe make that roster a little bit better. Trade Jordan Clarkson over to the Grizzlies for Danny Green, a first, and Xavier Tillman. So that's somebody who can be part of our rotation right away. And we have a first-round pick to hang our hat on. And then last trade is a 3-team trade where we send Malik Beasley to the Suns and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. The Suns trade Dario Saric, Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder goes to the Heat. Doug Robinson comes to us. We took out his bad contract, but essentially we're getting 2 first-round picks out of this trade, 1 from Miami and 1 from Phoenix. So 1 from Malik Beasley, and then 1 for taking on Doug Robinson's contract, where the Miami Heat can get Jay Crowder. So that is the trade that we did, and now our roster is looking like this, or those are the trades that we did. So now you have Sexton still here, who's not even on his extension in 2K, which I just noticed. So I'll have to fix that, because obviously he is on a contract extension from the Jazz. He's only on a minimum here. Vanderbilt, Kellen Olynyk, Talen Horton-Tucker, Walker Kessler, Dario Saric. So obviously this team is mid. Now, well, we were kind of mid before that, but it just sucks more. So basically, we're hoping to tank for Victor Wembanyama. We want that every single time. So one thing I want to do is I actually want to play Jaden Hardy right away, and might even play him over like Will Barton, because I do want to get Jaden Hardy developed in this rotation. I really do. There's a reason why I traded from him from the Dallas Mavericks. I want to be able to play him right away and have him, have a huge role here. So I'm gonna play him like 30 minutes, which is kind of crazy to think about. And then is there anyone else here that I want to play? Not really. They have Ochai Agbaji out there, which is good, and Walker Kessler is out there as well, which is what I wanted. Sexton will play, obviously. I'm gonna have to fix his contract, but other than that, we're ready to simulate to the end of the season. Hopefully the tank is in full effect, and we can be, the #1 overall pick. That'd be awesome. You see this, man? This could be you right here. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players that you love watching each and every day. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and you basically get to choose 2 to 5 players, and you choose over or under on their props that they give you. You pretty much have every sport you can imagine on here. But let's say I wanted to go ahead and put a bet on Mitchell and Joel Embiid. I want to go more and more on them. If I get it right, I 3 times my money. Let's say I want to go up to 5 players, which is the most you can go up to. You can go more or more on all of them, and that's going to 10 times your money. I started with $100, and so far I'm up to $500. I've been having a ton of fun over here on Prize Picks. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables or matching deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. If you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. Back to the rebuild. So at the end of the season, we probably won more games than I would have wanted this year, but your player stats, you have Sexton with 19, Olynyk with 13. You had 10 from Agbaji, 10 from Jaden Hardy, which is promising as the guy who's in the rotation. So pretty good overall, but like I said, I think we have a little bit of a better record than I would have wanted, but that doesn't always mean anything bad. Like the Jazz, we went 33-49 as a 12 seed. So we'll see how it goes. Semi playoffs, this obviously doesn't matter for us. We'll see kind of where we're at. Minnesota, I just noticed out in the playoffs right now, so that could be promising for us as another lottery pick. And they were in the play-in tournament. So that's another lottery pick for us. The Cavs going to win the championship over the Grizzlies. And you got Udonis Haslem retiring. But straight to the lottery we go. So for the draft lottery, obviously this is going to be very, very important. This is going to shape up the video. This right here establishes our direction. So let's see how lucky we get. We're projected to have number 13. We're also projected the 8th overall pick. So not the best odds, but that does always mean anything. We have a 6% chance. So we're going to sit here, watch this whole thing. Hopefully nobody jumps up. Kings number 14. That's good. 13 is us. It would be amazing if this pick just jumped up right away via the Timberwolves, but that is not going to be the case. We have 13. At least we have another lottery pick from the Timberwolves. That's nice and all, but like I said, it would be amazing to get some luck here. We're projected, I think it was 6, wasn't it? So Nuggets, as long as no one jumps up, we should be good. So number 11, we got the Raptors at number 11. So far, so good. Nobody's jumped up. No surprises, I don't think. The Nets at number 10. You got the Nets staying at 10. So far, so good. Number 9, the Washington Wizards. Don't jump up, Washington. I feel like they jump up all the time, and they don't in this scenario. They took Johnny Davis last year, as it says. This is where we're projected. Do we get lucky? Lottery luck, please be on our side. Let's go. Exactly what we needed. We have jumped into the top 4. That is exactly what we needed. We need the number 1 overall pick now. Actually, I need number 1 or number 2. I'd be okay with that. Pistons have leapfrogged in the top 4 as well. So the Hornets fall out. I don't know who else fell out. Knicks, number 6. You got them at number 6, okay. Number 5, you're going to have the Rockets. Let's see if that is the case. It is going to be the Thunder. So the Rockets have top 4. Please don't be 4. Please do not be 4. The prediction is the Rockets. Please be the Rockets. It is the Pistons, okay. Please don't be 3. As long as we have 2 or 1, I'd be very, very happy. Rockets prediction, can they be 3? It is the Spurs, okay. We have number 1 or number 2. Please be number 1. Rockets number 2. It's predicted to be the Rockets, and it is us. Okay, that's okay. We get Scooter Henderson. That's still good, too. You got the Rockets get number 1. They get Victor Wembanyama. We get number 2 overall in this draft. A lot better than nothing, right? So we have the 28th pick. We actually have 4 first-round picks in this draft, so we could maybe convince the Rockets to, like, hey, man, you know, maybe you should move down the board and give us that pick. But I'm going to bring Will Hardy back. We could trade up, technically, but I won't. I guess I'll just rock with Scooter Henderson and be happy with the 2nd overall pick because, you know, Wembanyama is going to be somebody I don't think any team's going to pass up on. If the Rockets are number 1, why would they trade down? Doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to go ahead, fill out this coaching staff, and now we can just head straight into draft night. I don't think I'm going to make any trades before draft night. Just to be sure, let me take a real quick look. We got number 2, 13, 21, 25, 28. Wow, a lot of picks in this draft. So 2, 13, 21, 25, 28. Actually, if I could package like 21, 25, and 28 and move it into the lottery to like number 10, number 9, I think that could be promising. So let's try to make that happen first. I'm trading 21, 25, and 28 over to the Wizards, hopefully for number 9. I don't know if they accept this. They do not right away, which kind of sucks. And maybe I can throw in something to incentivize them a little bit. Not throwing in Hardy, like I said. Kessler, no. Colin Sexton, no. Vanderbilt, could throw him in. No, I don't know if I really want to do that, though. If I threw like my 2nd, does that make a difference? It does not. So maybe we can't do it for number 9. Let's try number 10 from the Nets because maybe they could use these picks for like a trade later on. So offering this for 10, they do not agree to that either. That kind of sucks. Let me throw in one more 2nd. I don't know if that's going to change anything. No. Okay. Vanderbilt, I don't want to trade him for nothing, to be honest with you. So, I mean, if I throw in this Cavs pick, this might go through. I guess I'll throw it in because we move up to 10. So, all right. That's my draft now. So, number 1 is going to go Victor Wembanyama. We figured that'd be the case. And now we get Scooter Henderson. Welcome to Utah. No doubt in my mind, that's who we were taking. So, number 9 or 10, I should say. You also have Keontae George on the board. You have Tyrese Proctor, Cason Wallace. I think I'm going to take Keontae George here with no issues whatsoever. And then at number 13, we still have Gregory Jackson on the board, and that's who I really wanted. So I'm taking Gregory Jackson. I'm feeling pretty good about that draft. That draft actually went exactly amazing. It went so well. It's not even funny. So Keontae George, Gregory Jackson, those are 3 guys that are going to shape up this franchise for a long term to come. I love it. Player options, Conan Link, I am going to decline. Tillman, I'm going to accept. Balmero, I'll accept. And then Tillman Hortucker declines his player option, which doesn't hurt my feelings entirely. Don't know if I'll even bring him back. Free agency, let's see what we got going on here. I don't think, like I said, THG is a free agent. Will Bart not bring him back, and Sarge I'm not bringing back, obviously. So we have Scooter Henderson, Colin Sexton right now at point guard. So not really sure what I'm going to do with Sexton, but right now he'd be a really good 6th man backing up Henderson. You have Keontae George, Abaji, and of course Jaden Hardy. And at small forward, you have Duncan Robinson, Leandro Barmero. I mean, obviously Duncan Robinson is not going to play any part of this rotation. Gregory Jackson and Jared Vanderbilt. You have Walker Kessler and Xavier Tillman. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. The only thing I think I want to change is maybe move Abaji to small forward. That way he can play the starting small forward spot. And then you have Keontae George and then Jaden Hardy run this too. So they'll run the 1, run the 2, and then the small forward will be Balmero and Abaji probably, then Vanderbilt, Gregory Jackson. I'm actually really happy with this rotation. I really don't think I'm going to do anything. I actually really like where we're at. So I'm just going to go straight to player progression. And we'll see how this is treating us. So player progression, we have Vanderbilt. We have Abaji up 4, which is promising. Does Jaden Hardy go up? He does go up 2. So he's going to get some minutes like I said. But yeah, this team is not ready to compete whatsoever. But I'm just excited we got some of these rookies to shape up our franchise. I think Gregory Jackson, Keontae George, and Scooter Henderson are going to be amazing for us. So very happy about that. We'll take a look at the rotation in a second. Pretty good offseason for the most part. So here's the rotation for this season. It's going to be Scooter Henderson, Keontae George, Abaji, Jared Vanderbilt, Walker Kessler, Sexton, Tillman, Gregory Jackson, and Jaden Hardy. So I'm very, very excited about this rotation. Our proficiency is 2.5 balance. So we're going to be pretty bad, I imagine. But obviously, this is kind of relying on the development of George and Scooter Henderson to be our backcourt of the future. Sexton will be the 6th man this year, and eventually we'll probably be looking to move him just because I don't know where he really fits on this roster, but probably could trade him the deadline, trade him in the offseason, whichever we decide to do. But I'm excited about this rotation. I'm excited about the young guys and see what they can achieve this year. So let's simulate this season. Let's see how we do. And hopefully by the end of things, we just get some development out of our players. John Morant does win MVP. Rookie of the year does go to Scooter Henderson. 22 points per game, 6 assists. Pretty, not most efficient player in the world, but obviously that is to be expected as rookie. But pretty good. I thought this season went kind of well for us. I thought at one point we might even make the playoffs, but no, not this season. But honestly, I think our window of opportunity is coming up very, very quickly. So 22 points from Scooter Henderson, 19 from Keontae George, 17 from Sexton, 16 from Abaji, who is developing into a really good player for us. Kessler with 10, 9, and 2 blocks. Honestly, man, the development of these young guys is really telling. I think we're definitely going to be somewhere here soon. So George and Scooter Henderson are our backcourt of the future already. Sexton averaging 17. I think we just trade him for something else, honestly. I think that's just going to be the best thing to do for him. Both parties, he's just going to be the 6th man here. Or, like I said, we could keep him as a 6th man. He's on a pretty good contract, so it's not like we have to get rid of him. We'll see, though. Semi playoffs, let's see how we do. If there is like a move to be made where I can include Sexton, I think I'd do it. But if not, having him as a 6th man will just be a luxury. We got the Cavs and the Clippers. Cavs going to win it all again, so the Cavaliers keep winning championships. Got LeBron James, Iguodala, Chris Paul, Lowry. That is some names retiring here. Unfortunate to see those guys go. Lottery time, though, again for us. So we are projected another draft pick in this lottery. It says it's going to the Thunder. I don't know if that is the actual case, but we'll see. Let's see. Blazer. I'm just going to skip this because I don't know where our pick even falls. So we are going to have our pick at number 8. Okay, so we do have our draft pick, which is nice. So number 8, which is good. So now we can kind of use that to our advantage. Like, if there's a trade to be made here, because I already am trusting in the development of what we have. I think we have young guys that are ready to win now right away. I think George and Scooter Henderson are very, very capable of us helping us win now. Vanderbilt's free agent. I think Gregory Jackson can maybe step into that power forward spot as well. Robinson, of course, is on a contract that's expiring, so I think it could be, used in a really good trade here. You got Keontae George, who I'm not trading, obviously, but Sexton and Doug Robinson's contract with a bunch of draft picks could be enticing to some team. Don't know where it would maybe come from, but if I was looking to make a trade here, that could be very, very interesting to bring someone to this Jazz roster to kind of complete what we're doing here. Could be interesting. You got the Nets. They got like a Kevin Durant, which obviously we shouldn't be interested in that. The Nuggets, nothing to really to be interested in. The Pacers, of course, have a Halliburton, but I don't really need a guard at all. We have our guards of the future. The Raptors, Scotty Barnes would be very interesting. I don't think he is available, though. I'm pretty sure he's on he's on expiring contract, so he's not going to be easy to get here. So might be just drafting here, but it is fun to look at things and just kind of see where the landscape is of the NBA right now. Just kind of see who could be available for us to maybe go out there and snag. Got like Patrick Williams on the Bulls, who could be an interesting get, but don't really know what he does at this point for us. And then the Wizards got like Porzingis. Yeah, so the Blazers have like a Shaden Sharp. The Timberwolves, obviously have Cat. That could be fun. Chet Holmgren could be interesting. DeAndre Ayton on the Phoenix Suns. Could be fun. They are wanting Evan Mobley. I don't think that happens. I don't think I do anything crazy here. I think I just jump into the draft and I draft at 8. Let's just draft at 8. Let's just keep building our roster up. So we have Isaiah Collier here. We have Ron Holland. We definitely needed another small forward, so I like the idea of Ron Holland coming to the team because I don't think Duncan Robinson is going to play minutes, obviously. So we got Ron Holland coming in. Player options, we got Davis Bertans, which I am going to decline. Balmero, I'm going to decline as well because we just got our brand new small forward. And then Jaden Hardy, Walker Kessler, Baji, we're accepting. Qualifying offers, none. And then for free agency, we do have a maybe a little bit of an interest free agency class where we have Halliburton, Jaylen Brown. Siakam is here. You got Paul George, Sabonis, Devin Vassell. Like, there's some good free agents here. You got Jeremy Grant, OG, Sadiq Bey. Looking at it right now, you have Sexton, Scooter Henderson, George and Jaden Hardy, which I still like. Ron Holland is going to be backing up Abaji now. You have Gregory Jackson at the power forward, and then you have Walker Kessler. So I'm not really all in on my front court, I guess I will say. My front court definitely still needs some help. I like Kessler, but I don't know if he's ever going to develop into like a really good center for us. Gregory Jackson, I don't know how much he develops, but wouldn't mind just getting Vanderbilt back. He wants $20 million a year. You also have like a Bull, which could be fun, honestly. Bull has developed very, very nicely in Orlando now that he's got an opportunity there. You got Isaiah Stewart, Claxton, and Kongwu. You know what? Sign me up for some Bull action. I will go for that. Bull. Who needs a Wembanyama? We can get Bull on this Jazz roster. Whether he plays center or power forward for us, I think he'd be perfect. So I'm going to get Bull here to be my brand new, potentially center, where he could have Kessler back him up or whatever it needs to be. So Bull at center, 7-2, like that a lot for us. And then we have Bull who can space the floor. So I think that gives us the ability to bring back Vanderbilt as well, who does want a lot of money, which I'm a little concerned about. $20 million per year. You also have like Cameron Johnson, Obi Toppin, Grant Williams. Do I really, or you got like Kongwu, Wiseman? I don't want to invest that much money into the front court. So Vanderbilt, 4 years, 17 million. That's just a little too much for me to like. I'll give him a 1+1, I guess. I don't want to just lose them for nothing, but don't want to give him that much money where I'm committed to him long term. So I think that's going to be our offseason, though. I really like it. So let's go to player progression. We get Bull to come to Utah. The opportunity for him is here. So let's go to player progression and see how it's treating us. You got Scooter Henderson up 4. Vanderbilt up 2. Keontae George up 4. You got Bull. You got Abaji, Walker Kessler, Gregory Jackson. Everyone's developing. Jaden Hardy's developing as well. Very, very promising to see all development of these players. And honestly, this season, I would not be surprised at all if we're in the playoffs, because that's just how good this roster can be this year. Ja Morant wins MVP. Wagner's Rookie of the Year. Nick Smith Jr. 6-man defense player goes to Giannis. Jalen Duren, Most Improved. And JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. And Brandon Harrison is your executive. So overall, things went pretty well. We made the playoffs this season maybe we're in the play-in. We're in the 7th seed. My apologies. Play-in tournament. We are the 7th seed in the Western Conference. 25 from Scooter Henderson. 20 from Keontae George. 17 from Abaji. We've actually developed Abaji into a really good player for us, which I love. Sexton is averaging 15. Bull with 14 and 9. Also a block per game. And Kessler obviously getting a couple blocks off the bench as well. 8 from Gregory Jackson. 7 from Ron Holland. And then 4 and 10 from Jared Vanderbilt, which is all very, very great. So now we get the San Antonio Spurs in round 1. They had Devin Vassell up for trade. And honestly, man, if I didn't really have a shooting guard and a small forward that I liked already, I would have probably went out there and got Devin Vassell. He's an 87 overall at 24 years old. Really love what he's done at San Antonio this year. Only averaging 14 points per game, which is kind of, not promising. But regardless, hopefully we beat them here. We do lose. So we're back in another playing game. We get the Dallas Mavericks against Luka. What could possibly go wrong? And we do lose. So we get eliminated from the playoffs. So unfortunately, we do not make it. So I think this offseason is where I have to be more aggressive. I really do. So I want to try to make the most out of this offseason, get this team in the playoffs. We just got in the play-in tournament and didn't make it. You got the Cavaliers coming here to win their 3rd championship in a row. So we need to stop that, man. We need to get into the finals next year. I think we definitely can. Don't know where our lottery pick or our lottery is looking like right now. We might be projected a lottery pick for all I know. Looks like the Thunder have it. It's going to be pick number 14. We have number 16 and we have 19. So 2 draft picks. We got the Hornets number 1 and the Rockets number 2, Knicks number 3. I want to be able to use these picks to make a trade. I think that's where I'm at with this team. I'm going to try to be very, very aggressive this offseason, and we're going to get something here in Utah to help us out with that. First move of the offseason, going to be trading Colin Sexton over to the Toronto Raptors. I'm trying to get as much as I can out of them here, so I'm going to try to maybe squeeze 2 firsts out of them if I can for a Colin Sexton. They do not agree to that, so if I can just get 1 first, I'll be okay with that. So the reason why we're doing that is we're opening up our cap space. I think that's what I want to do. I know Utah isn't a team that attracts free agents, but we have 2 draft picks in this trade or in this draft, which honestly, I don't even know if I want to draft anybody here. I kind of want to move out of the draft and just have my cap space totally open, to be honest with you. So let's see if I can trade for like a future 1st round pick that might be very valuable, or like 2 firsts from the Miami Heat, just to trade out of this draft so we can have our cap space entirely open. So I'm going to make this trade where we trade out of this draft and not worry about anybody in this draft, which is kind of bizarre. I get it, but I want my cap space open as much as possible. We got a bunch of contracts. Obviously, Duncan Robinson's contract doesn't help me at all. He is accepting that. Qualifying offers, Jaden Hardy is somebody I definitely wouldn't mind having back. And then free agency. Did I accept Vanderbilt? I did. I didn't mean to accept that. Damn, that's annoying. Whatever. So, yeah, Vanderbilt's contract is probably going to... actually, I think even with Vanderbilt's contract, we'll be fine. Because it looks like we can sign Giannis as long as we get rid of Duncan Robinson, which is what my game plan is going to be. So Duncan Robinson is the next guy I want to try to move. So I'm going to send Duncan Robinson and like a protected or a first attached to him. That way someone can just take on his contract. So the Knicks are willing to do it. Give me a couple seconds and we call it good. That way you just take on his salary. We're golden. Boom. Done. All right, free agency now. Now it is time. So we got Jaden Hardy, which honestly, if I renounce Jaden Hardy, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. It would, kind of have to be the way it is. But we got Scooter Henderson, got Keontae George, you have Abaji, Ron Holland, you have Jared Vanderbilt and Gregory Jackson, you have Bobo and Kessler. I think the power forward spot is where I really want to make this team really good. I can move Vanderbilt to small forward, and he could be an 83 overall, which we don't need Vanderbilt there, though. So I guess, maybe he's a center. I don't know. Because Kessler is here. Maybe we trade Vanderbilt. We'll see what we do. But I want a really good power forward. I like Vanderbilt. Gregory Jackson's great. But if I can get a really good power forward or even center at this point, I think that's what I got to go for. So I'm seeing Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't know if Giannis would ever come to Utah. It sounds kind of weird to think about. But it is interesting. Jason Tatum also very interesting. The Celtics are offering him a contract. Evan Mobley is the guy I really want. I don't think you ever get him, though. Cavs are always going to match it. Unless if I get lucky and they don't, but I highly doubt it. I'll offer it to him anyway. Cade Cunningham is here. Scotty Barnes also would be someone I would love to have, but Toronto probably matches that contract. Franz Wagner, same thing. Would love that. Brandon Ingram is interesting as well. Sabonis. You got Lauri Markkanen. Bring him back to Utah. John Collins. John Collins would probably come to us just because I don't know if anybody's giving him that kind of money. So I feel like Collins could be a really realistic option. So I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to go ahead and test my luck, and I'm going to throw Franz Wagner a contract as well. Maybe get lucky. Evan Mobley is going to get matched. Yeah, they all get matched, which I kind of figured. So I think John Collins, like I said, is the most realistic option here, and I think we could get something out of him. So I am going to go ahead and give my money to John Collins. Utah doesn't attract free agents, but I think Collins could be an interesting home for him. I'm going to give him like a 2-year deal for Collins. I think that's going to be a nice free agency pickup, and that should give us the ability to still bring back Jaden Hardy as well, which I really wanted to do. Right now, they don't have him listed as someone I can bring back, though, which kind of sucks, but we'll figure it out. Jaden Hardy, is he here somewhere? Not really. No, there he is. Jaden Hardy, 3-year deal. Give it to him, and boom, Jaden Hardy is back. Okay, that is our offseason. We get John Collins here in Utah. Don't really know what we're going to do with Vanderbilt. We have Kessler now, Vanderbilt, Gregory Jackson. We don't really have any backup guards other than Jaden Hardy. We'll figure it out. If we play 2 power forwards off the bench, that's fine. I think Collins will definitely help our roster improve a lot based off just his overall. Evan Mobley would have been a magical, addition, but it wasn't going to happen. So Collins 84 overall, Vanderbilt 83, Keontae George. We're just going to have to hope this roster just can get it done. I mean, what's good to Henderson, I think anything is possible. So we'll see how this season goes with Collins on our roster. So finally got ourselves into the playoff mix. We're the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. So we've developed this roster as much as we can. 19 points from Keontae George, 26 from Scooter Henderson, 15 from Abaji, 13 from John Collins, 13 from Bobo, 11 from Gregory Jackson, 8 from Kessler, 6 from Jaden Hardy, and then 3 from Jared Vanderbilt. So honestly, we're in a really good position right now. Hopefully, we can come out here and surprise the people. We're only the 3rd seed. I don't know if we win a championship this year, but we're definitely building up to that point where we maybe eventually can. You got the Blazers, who have Anthony Simons, Keon Johnson starting. They have Shaedon Sharpe at 87, Drummond's an 80 overall. Hopefully, we can knock out Portland, somebody current round, and we are going to beat them in 5. So that's a great start. I don't know if Scooter Henderson was the hero of that, of these playoffs, but he averaged 22 in the playoffs. Okay. Would love to see that number come up, but now we get the Pelicans who have Zion, Markelle Fultz, Dyson Daniels, Xavier Booker. So a very good, very, very good Pelicans lineup as we figured, but we'll see what happens. Game 1, they're up 1-0. We do even it up. We win game 3. We win. Nope. Game 5 is going to be a big one. We win it. Can we win game 6? Yes, we can. We're in the Western Conference Finals. Wow. Okay. Western Conference Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Deni Avdija, Julius Randle. They have Nick Smith Jr., Ousmane Deng. Obviously, the Thunder always have a good lineup, but I'm feeling pretty good about mine as well. So let's see what happens. 1-0 lead. We blow them out in game 1. Great start. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, up 2-1. We're 139 and 125. Game 4, we're up 3-1. Do we get to play the Cavs in the finals here? We make it to the finals behind Scoot Henderson's 26 points per game. But now we get the Cavs. They've won a championship like 4 years in a row. So I don't know if maybe it's our chance to finally eliminate them here. But Bol and John Collins should be able to match up well against Mobley and Jarrett Allen. They don't have Donovan Mitchell, so that's kind of going for us. Hopefully, we can beat them. Let's see what happens. Game 1, they're up 1-0. They're up 2-0. Let's even it up 3-0, and they're going to sweep us, aren't they? Cavs go on to win it all. I mean, I think we run it back one more year, but other than that, that sucks, man. The Cavs are just unstoppable, bro. They've won 4 in a row. Like, that's crazy. So at the end of this season, the only thing we did is we let Vanderbilt go. Our proficiency is a 4-star, and this is our rotation right now. So John Collins and Noah Vanderbilt, and then Jaden Hardy's the last man getting minutes. So yeah, hopefully this is our year to win a championship. We got the first seed for a reason. We do get the Lakers in round 1, and it feels like the Lakers are always one of those teams that upsets me when they're the 8th seed. So I have a bad feeling here, but it's only current round, and we are going to... I literally said that. I'm like, bro, I feel like the Lakers... I'm done. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.